Hi everyone, welcome back to High Plane Games. Simon here with the latest F1 2017 Season 2 Renault Korea playthrough. That's a lot of words. We've just come off of the back of a full wet qualifying session, but it was going between wet and monsoon, and I happened to be out at the time when it was wet. So I went really well for qualifying somehow. It took me a couple of laps, but I got it. A few other cars did not. But then it done that usual thing when the session ends and then miraculously everyone seems to have found a few seconds. So I went from third on the grid to sixth, but still quite happy with that. But yeah, miraculous times from nowhere from people who shouldn't have been able to have done them. But not all. No one brought any upgrades to this specific race itself. We're drawing with Perez. We now have quite a lot of resource points, so after this race we'll take a look at what we want to do for an upgrade. And let's dive off into the race because I'm quietly confident that this one could go quite well. Let's see how we get on. He says.
Today, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position,
Hashtag
and
fake
Valtteri
pole.
Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Renault,
Yay.
Grosjean, Magnussen, Kvyat, and Esteban Ocon, Sainz, Alonso, Max Verstappen, and Massa, Perez, Wehrlein, Marcus Ericsson, and Nico Hulkenberg, Van Dorn, and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Well done, Sauber. That's the best qualifying session they've done
Qualified above expectations. Let's go out there and put in a performance.
all the time. Now, I am super intrigued, and we are absolutely putting some more fuel on. Thank you very much. I almost feel like let's do a reverse strategy. Almost. But I'm not going to actually, because I think there's potential that if I can cling on with a higher fuel load and going mix 3, we might be okay. So let's see how we get on. Let's be aggressive for once. Urgh. Everyone else is, by
Right,
the
let's
looks of
get
it.
the car up to temperature on this lap. We're learning the gears, so go through them all if you can.
I wonder if Max Verstappen, because he qualified poorly, will be on the super softs instead and be the potential cork in the bottle. The grid's quite close around here, so I can see people. Mind you chop off quite a lot in the pit lane entrance, don't you? So you might actually not have too bad a shift in terms of what am I trying to say? Time lost in the pits. You skip the final chicane because you just come straight in, and you skip the initial part of the first chicane as well. So who knows? I'm not too stopping though. And again, around this circuit, depending on how I drive, I can either be amazing on the tyres or terrible on the tyres, because I don't think I quite brake and accelerate where I'm supposed to. But hey, it vaguely works around here for me. Well, I've got Rogue Row behind, so we could be off in the barriers down at turn 1, to be fair. Lovely to start high up though. Rawr, wish me luck.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Wish me luck. Ooh. Sorry, Kimi. Oh, it was Hamilton. I thought it was Kimi I hit.
Well done, mate. Nice start.
Still got a front wing as well. Go, 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 go. Try and keep within the DRS if we can. Take a second bite at that. Oh. You're going quite slow, Seb. I'm going to go for it. That was awful. We can break that 1 second. That's better. That was terrible for tyre wear though.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
I'm way better at Sector 1 and 3 than 2. I've never got Sector 2 right.
Plus 1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target plus 1.
Well, that was the most confused turn 1 I think I've done all ever. Okay. Caning the tyres a little bit. Ooh, Raikkonen's got past
We're considering switching to an alternate strategy. Do you want to change or stick to
keep current.
Understood, copy that.
Jeff putting me off, nearly put me in the wall. Settle back down, Smithy. You're driving like a twit. That's better. Find that apex.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs.
Catch him without ruining all of my fuel too early. Let's do one more lap.
The car behind is dropping back by about 0.3 a lap.
Fuel, we're caning it. And I feel like we're cutting the track at every opportunity. Don't feel like we're really closing in either. Was good.
Okay, the pit window has opened. Pit window now open for you.
Fuck's sake. Bottas just make like a bit of a mistake, or Bottas has a
You
problem.
need to pit in this lap.
That would be gorgeous too. No. I can't tell with that pit in at all.
Go, go, go. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
Esteban needs to arc off. Oh! Esteban needs to arc off. Oh, I've just done the same thing. Esteban needs to arc off. Sorry, Esteban. Rich free, rich free, rich free. Oh, I don't like these tyres nearly as much. Good round there though.
Bottas has just moved into first place.
We're going to have the lead for like
Nico is in the pits.
a split second. Or have we got it? We've got it! Quick!
So the gap to our teammate is 5.1 seconds.
Yes! Christ, Simon. Don't care now.
Okay, car behind is now running the super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car behind.
I think he's got DRS as well. So I have upped my wing for this setup so that I can attack those chicanes much better. And what it means is that my overall lap time is faster, but it does mean that I'm a bit more susceptible down the straights. But for me, it's about being able to floor the pedal and get the stability out of the corner. So long as I can do that and continue to keep that gap hopefully over a second where possible. Oh Christ. Oh ho! That was a miracle. Save that last plus half a lap of fuel for when my tyres get a bit more knackered and Bottas will come back. Don't know what that was. Oh, hello, Lewis.
Hamilton has just put up the fastest lap of the race so far.
Lost you?
Okay, the gap behind is 2.2 seconds. We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
I don't know what that was either. Sorry, man. I get so over enthusiastic sometimes. Someone did comment on a YouTube video ages ago on a live stream. There's like, I quite like watching you because no two laps are ever the same. I'm like, I know. This is why I'm terrible at sim racing. Apart from the fact that I'm just slow. I can't play music the same twice either. I think Vettel lost out with Ocon, you know. Or the pit stops in general, because he should be right along with that Raikkonen-Hamilton squabble, and he's not. And I wonder if Ricciardo is even next. Or if they both just lost out because of Ocon going a bit longer. Find that apex. Ooh, Massa, baby.
We advise moving to mix 2. Fuel to mix 2.
Already have. Because I can feel Bottas is closer. Ooh.
Caution, caution.
Oh wow. Great place to park, Felipe, baby. I'm glad there is not a virtual safety
There's
car
3 laps of fuel remaining.
or a safety car at all to be found, because that would have scared the living bejeebers. We've got an arrow behind for the first time in a while. Oh, he's going to have DRS in him. Shania Twain. Oh, he's hit me!
Green flag. Green flag. We're racing again.
I gave you space,
This is
Bottas.
your final lap. Final lap of the race.
Oh, how annoying, because that's now going to give Hamilton more points. Oh, and there's more trouble. Has he tried to spin turn and fucked it up? Okay, right, just bring it on home. Oh, Bottas, I could have done with you finishing second, because that pushes Hamilton to fourth, and that would have eaten into his championship lead a bit more. Never mind. This is still absolutely fantabby-dozy achievement. Don't screw it up right at the end. Winner! Chicken dinner!
That's a race win. You've really been great today.
Woo! Nice. First of many, hopefully, he says, laughing, jokingly, trying. Desperately.
Brilliant stuff from Renault today. What a superb victory. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
Love that helmet.
As we can see, it's time for the podium, and I can see the Renault team underneath our commentary box going crazy as their drivers walk out. It was a
Thank you.
great win, and it means a great deal to this team.
Yes, it does. Of course, I'd be on the podium, not Hulkenberg. Hooray, 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 hooray.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship.
Sit for
It
him.
wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
Well, my driver of the day was Nico Hulkenberg. He did a cracking job moving through the field and just highlighting why he's so highly rated in the paddock.
And now
Okay.
let's take a look at the constructors' standings. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. Meanwhile, Renault move up the table with another strong performance this weekend. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Yay! So we win. Yay. So we'll gain 10 points on Hamilton. Raikkonen in between. Vettel gets another points scoring finish. Well done for him. That's only his second. Maybe third this year. Actually, yeah, third this year. Bottas ends up 6th after our little collision. Haas still get a 7th with Grosjean, although not with Magnussen, because Kvyat, Ocon and Verstappen get by him. Verstappen only 10th though. Hulkenberg goes up, Alonso goes down, Van Dorn goes up. Oh wow, Ericsson kept ahead of Stroll, and I don't know what happened to Perez. I did spot someone was well off the back earlier on. I think there might have been a collision earlier. Oh, a lap 2 thing between Van Dorn and Verline. Maybe Perez got caught up in it or something. So, looking at the standings. Oh, we go up to 4th. 64 points behind Hamilton. Okay. We're still an extreme outside shot. Extreme being the kindest word. In fact, Hamilton's a whole race ahead of everyone. Oh God, have a grid penalty, please. Vettel gets ahead of Verstappen. We get ahead of Ricciardo. Grosjean gets ahead of Sainz. And that's all there. And we leapfrog Force India, which is interesting and good for the battle for fourth in the championship. Oh, good. I'm pleased with that. Well done us. Well done us. We'll have some points to spend, I think, now as well. Methinks. Wonder what we'll go for. Yay. Nice, we get into the lead of that. Everyone loves and wants us. That's good. Career stuff is looking good. I'll be terrible at any of them anyway, so let's go for pursuit. Right, let's dive in and take a look at the R&D because I want something in for the next race. So we've got 800 points. That's not going to be enough for that because that's only down to 900, but it is good enough to give us another 10% reduction. Do we go for that, or do I feel like I want to go for another chassis upgrade? Because that's just so much points. It's just too much. God damn you. Yeah, go for the chassis upgrade. So it's Resi for Azerbaijan. Okay. Do it. We need the upgrade to keep on track. Cool. See you next time.
This channel is just one of my many projects that cover games, music and film. If you enjoy any of these and would consider supporting me to develop further in the future, you can do so by visiting patreon.com/Satorimon. Thank you for your time and for watching the video.